Morning, guys. I'm Sandeep Kumar Reddy from Ingenious Competitive Training Academy. Whoever is watching this video related to Army Nursing Assistant students, this is very important video. I just want to tell you before going through this video, we have prepared various books. This is something called as Army Nursing Assistant related, as well as you can see which can be useful previous year question papers as well as technical question papers also. I had prepared it. You can directly take it, and we have SSC GD examination books also. Along with that, Army technical book, you can see this. We have Army clerk as well, and this is something called as one of the best book, that is Army GD and tradesman, and it has been given one of the finest question papers. And SSC MTS GD examination, as well as we have all trades, like we have washerman, we have chef, we have gunners. Every question papers of previous has been given. And we have Indian Navy. This is called tradesman made examination. For naval dockyard also has been given. This is a railway police force sub inspector constable examination purpose. This book has been given. Along with this, we have one of the best book, that is Indian Coast Guard book for the general duty and domestic branch. You know about all in one. This is something pictorial explanation has been given, so you can take if you want. So whoever gets this book, they will also get this material also again. So this material is one of the best material for them. So I'll give them this material. Now we will be discussing few biology important expected questions in 17th of we may have examination April. So let us see what questions we have. The study of ancient plants like mosses that grow in moist, humid environments. So we should remember every study and their importance. In examinations, recently they had asked dendrology, like dactylography, all these things are asked previous papers. Now it is something called as ancient plants like mosses that grow in moist, humid environments. They are known as that study biology. When it comes to immunology, it is related to our immune system. When you have, you know about AIDS, acquired immunodeficiency syndrome, it directly affects your immune system. Then this is related to immunology. When it comes to microscopic organisms, that is microbiology, guys. And if it is related to pests, that is pestology. You should remember which disease is related to virus. Human immunovirus, that is AIDS. Coronavirus, that is A. You can see that COVID, which is related to virus only. So there are various diseases with the virus. Here, rubella virus is the one. The disease rubella is caused by the virus only. I want you guys to comment me what is the name of the virus. When it comes to typhoid, it is Salmonella enterica typhi. It's a bacterium, guys. So with this, your digestive system gets disturbed. Tuberculosis, we know that we have the vaccine for TB. It is a respiratory disorder. That vaccine is known as Bacilli calmette gurion. You have to remember what virus does it affects to tuberculosis. That is Mycobacterium tuberculosis is the virus which is the main cause for this. We know about amoeba. So this amoeba class, it is a protista class. You must know fungi, that is mushrooms, which has no chlorophyll, and it's anaerobic respiration, absence of oxygen. And you should know Animalia example is bacteria, and planta is related to flowering plants. So these are the different classes and their differentiation. When it comes to rotavirus, so here is Monera bacteria and blue green algae is an example which comes under them. Rotavirus vaccine, you know about it. Normally this vaccine is given to prevent diarrhea. Should know when you get diarrhea, you will get maximum motions, so you'll have a bad digestion problems. And we have something called as RT-PCR test. We know about this test. Whoever has undergone, you can comment me in the section. RT-PCR is reverse transcription polymerase chain reaction, which is the main important test for the COVID identification. Now we have something called as IPV, inactivated polio vaccine, guys. So next, you should know about all these tests when it comes to virus. That is a there is a musketrix. It is a Plasmodium falciparum. Very important, guys. So this is the one which is the main cause for the malaria. You should know about this. The female Plasmodium. The name of the female mosquito is musketrix is falciparum. Because of this only we get the malaria, and we should remember that is a female one which bites us. When it comes to dengue during the daytime, Aedes aegypti, which will bite you, then you will get a disease called dengue. Now we have something called as cryptogamy. It's a non-flowering plants. An example, we have different examples. The scientific name that is Magnoliphyta. It is an example for the angiosperm. You should know what is angiosperm, what is gymnosperm. You can see the plants having covered seeds. They are all known as angiosperms. When it comes to uncovered seeds, that is known as gymnosperm. So there is no cover for the seeds. Example, we have covered seeds. So we have groundnut is one example, and further we can see the goelux is not a fungus but agarix, penicillium, and aspergillus. These are all you can see one of the fungi. So example, whatever has been given, Gunlux, it's not the fungus. I want you guys to comment me then what is it. Next we have Tenophores. It's commonly known as calm jellies, guys. You may be asked related to this. When it comes to Mendelian disorder but not Turner syndrome, that is phenylketonuria. It's one of the Mendelian disorder, guys. It is irrelevant. That is Turner syndrome is not the part of it. Which gland produces LH? Sorry, here we can see LH and FSH. So I want you guys to comment me what is the abbreviation of FSH. So these luteinizing hormones and FSH will be produced by pineal gland. Very important, guys. All these glands you should remember. So whatever the questions I am asking, don't underestimate them. So here you can see pineal gland. So there is one we should know pineal gland secretes melatonin. So now whatever the LH luteinizing hormone and FSH is secreted by what? Pituitary gland, which is known as master of all glands. With very important, adrenal glands are just top of the kidneys. Ovary glands for the you can see how exactly the importance of ovary glands for the woman. But luteinizing hormone and FSH is produced by what? Pituitary gland. Now when it comes to pollination by the wind is known as anemophily. You should know every ornithophily means this pollination be done by the birds. I want you guys to comment me here. Molacophyly, the pollination done by the mollusca. Very important, guys. You may be asked this question. The pollination which has been done by the mollusca is known as molacophyly. When it comes to chirophyly, I want you guys to comment me in the section what is chirophyly. Now we have in the context of respiration the stage known as glycolysis involves in breaking down of glucose into pyruvic acid. Very important. So in this respiration stage, the process what will happen is glycolysis directly involves in breaking down of the glucose into the which form pyruvic acid, which is an environment friendly and useful method of conversion of rural and urban organic waste into good quality manure by worms. Very important, guys. If this composting has been done by the worms, then it is wormy composting. There are different types of compost. Trench compost is available. composting pit, solar compost. There are different type of composting, but if it is done by the worms, whatever the organic waste has been from the rural and urban organic waste, so that is vermicomposting. The primary constituent of pearls, you know about the pearls, we can find those pearls in mollusca. So in that we have to take out each pearl, and here the calcium carbonate is the main constituent in the pearls. When it comes to teeth, that is dentine, we have calcium phosphate. So these are very important. Carbonate is for the pearls, phosphate is for the teeth, dentine. So next we have silicon dioxide, that is we know about, it is example of the sand, and sodium chloride is a salt. The diseases are called by the human itch mite, that is known as scabies. So see, if anyone bites you, then you will have the itch mite, human itch mite, that is scabies. You may have the problem. So what do you call the transparent front part of the eye? That is cornea. Better remember, guys. So whatever the front part is there, that is cornea. That is the one you have to donate during the sudden death. When it comes to retina, the where the directly the rays fall, the picture will be inverted. So real and inverted. So inverted figure you can see on retina. Optic nerve, which will help in sensing your recognizing from the eye to brain. Pupil, we know that people have got different colors of eyes, like they have brownish, yellowish, like brownish, bluish. So these type of eyes can only be because of the pupils change in color. You know about tooth decay, it is our any problem in the tooth because of this bacteria. Normally the potential of hydrogen below 5.5, that is acidic in nature, then the tooth gets decayed. Which part of the plant allows for the uptake of carbon dioxide and limits the loss of water due to evaporation? That is stomata. You can see this part of the plant directly allows to uptake the carbon dioxide. Now we have the causative agent causes the disease of malaria. You know about that. That is a malarial plasmodium female anopheles. It's a parasite, guys. Because of that only we get malaria. Which gland produces? Here we have something called as cortisol, often known as stress hormones in humans. So adrenal is the one, adrenal gland, which gives you stress in your human body. You should remember all these things. These are very important questions, guys. I know this may be little harder, but among them you may be getting questions. Very important. Annelida, porifera, and mollusca, they fall under the non-chordates but not vertebrate. So very important. So what is vertebrate and what is non-vertebrate? Here, Annelida, porifera, and mollusca, these are all non-chordates but not vertebrate. Vertebrate means which has got the backbone. So here they are all without any vertebrate. When it comes to which of the following cell organelle are not present in animal cell, that is plastids, you can tell. So here we have ribosomes, lysosomes, and mitochondria, which is powerhouse of the cell, guys. Lysosomes is a suicidal bags of the cell, and you should remember which is not present in animal cell, that is plastids, guys. The cytoplasm and nucleus are enclosed within the cell membrane, which is known as plasma membrane, guys. Very important. Antacid is used to get rid of indigestion. You know about that. So this is the one who will be taking antacid tablets. If you have any kind of indigestion problem, then you will have the motions. When it comes to the cell organelles functions both as a passageway for intercellular transport and as a manufacturing surface. That is endoplasmic reticulum is the one, the main cell organelle that function is passageway for intercellular transport as well as manufacturing surface, guys. Spirogyra belongs to which group of plant kingdom? Here we have Thallophyta is the one. It belongs to that type of kingdom. This is Spirogyra. Which are the following organisms is responsible for sleeping sickness? You know about sleeping sickness is the disease which is caused by the CC fly. It is one protozoa, guys. So protozoa means the vector which gets and directly hits you. So because of that, you will be having the problem. So because of protozoa, it is affected. Lymph carries digested and absorbed fat from the intestine. So what exactly? Lymph is the main one which carries digested and absorbed fat from the intestine. We know about small intestine, which is the lengthiest, near about 6 meters of length it will be, and the small intestine is the lengthiest, you can tell, in our human body, and where the food gets digested. If you have any kind of typhoid, then the main part will be the small intestine which gets affected. Somatosensory receptors in human being detect touch. Very important, guys. You should remember this. Somatosensory receptors in human being by touching, whether we can feel this touch, because of that somatosensory receptors. When it comes to nose, that is, you know about nose, olfactory receptors which helps in smelling. Taste buds, we have it in and tongue. So these are the few things you must know. The smallest blood vessels which are one cell thick are called capillaries. Very important. Whatever the smallest blood vessels are there, they are one cell thick actually, and they are known as capillaries. When it comes to alveoli, they are the balloons like structure we can see in the lungs. Should remember, the lungs are also covered by the layer which is known as pleural membrane. And as usual, our heart is also covered by a layer. That layer is known as outer layer pericardium. Even we have the brain covered by the meningitis. So these are all different layers are there. You should know about that. When it comes to the respiratory pigment in human being, you should know about this. The respiratory pigment is hemoglobin, guys. The more hemoglobin, the better it can transport the oxygen. When it comes to gustatory receptors in our human being, which are helpful in sensing smell, we have the chemicals, that is chemoreceptors. We have the temperature related, that is thermoreceptors. We have pressure, that is mechanoreceptors. When it comes to light, photoreceptors. Receptor nerve cells include all these things. You should know about rod and cones, which are helpful for the vision. When it comes to messiness corpuscles, which are helpful for touch. Olfactory receptors, as I had already told, it's related to smell. Hair cells for the hearing purpose. Gustatory cells should remember about taste as well as taste buds. So here the answer, as you can see. So these gustatory receptors related to smell, guys. So taste purpose, taste buds. So this is one thing very important. Everybody should know about this. What type of receptors? The same question will be asked. Chemoreceptors for the chemicals and thermo for the temperature, mechanoreceptors for the pressure. All these things to be remembered. So it is related to one topic. You should know about that topic. You may ask in exams. Leaf curl disease normally will found in tomato and cotton. Mosaic disease will be found in potato. Sunflower, you know about that. Necrosis is the one, guys. Mung beans, these kind of yellow mosaic disease you will find in mung beans. So see, every topic has been covered. Don't underestimate this video and don't underestimate my content. If you want, you can directly take from me. I am there for you to help, but never ever underestimate my content. Malaria and kalas are caused by the, you know about different problems. So COVID is a virus only, but you should know about that. Here, when it comes to malaria, because of this protozoa, it gets affected. Fungi, candidiasis, ringworm is also one of the fungi disease. Which component of blood helps in formation of blood clots. You should know about that. Platelets is the one which helps in our blood clotting formation. If you have a dengue, your platelets count will be very depressive and you will not have any kind of help. So there are different heparin. Should know about this. I want you guys to comment me. Plasma percentage in blood is 55%, guys. When it comes to bone marrow, which are helpful in producing the red blood corpuscles and white blood corpuscles. When it comes to heparin is the one which helps to non-clot the blood. Leguminous plants, we know that replenish the soil by the presence of, that is, rhizobium, guys. So these leguminous plants, their main function is to replenish the soil. So because of this, rhizobium only. When it comes to cold-blooded animal, you should know about the hot-blooded and cold-blooded animal. The rabbit is the one. Rest all we can see as a hot-blooded animal. When it comes to adipose tissue, normally mainly of fat cells. So this adipose tissue has got consisting of mainly of fat cells. You know about the blood, it is a connective tissue. It is also known as numerous cell. Epithelial tissue, which has epithelial cells. Muscle tissue has got myocytes. So you see all these things. Nervous tissue you'll find in neurons and glial cells. But the question is, adipose tissue normally in fat cell you will find. So see, one topic has finished. So whatever the questions you have been given, they are very important. The hair color is determined by the amount of the pigment. We know that is called as melanin. So the abundant of one type of melanin, this is eumelanin, which gives black or brown hair, guys. So melatonin, you should know about this. It is an hormone. It is secreted by the pineal gland. When it comes to antibodies like globular proteins, so we should know about this. What antibodies are there? Immunoglobulins are the one you will find in globular proteins. When it comes to histones, so these histones are produced by what? Cytoplasm. So main function of the cytoplasm is to give the histones. When we have the Golgi apparatus, it is a cell organelle that performs the chemical function of the packaging material. So it is the main cell organelle, guys. Study of pollen grain is known as, we should know about the pollen grains. Palynology is the one which is the study of pollen grains. When it comes to fungi, mycology, guys, and should know about the mind and behavior. So that is phycology. When it comes to fruits and cultivation, that is a pomology, guys. So every question has got the importance. Don't underestimate them. When it comes to the element that presents in the chlorophyll, you should know about that. The chlorophyll is a green color of leaf is due to that only. In leaf we have magnesium, guys. In calcium, in our bones we can find calcium phosphate. When it comes to blood we have iron, that is ferrous. In onion we have sulfur, guys. The instrument by which the rate of growth of plants is measured, very important, you should know about this. Oxanometer is the one which are measured in the growth of the plants, guys. And we know about the density hydrometer is the one which are helpful for the density measurement. When it comes to osmometer, osmolality of aqueous samples can be easily measured. When it comes to photometer, you should know about that. Strength of electromagnetic radiation is the one. We have something called as leaves of which of the following elements plants are not used for the rearing of silkworms. We know about that. Here the question is, you should know about this. Mulberry trees, mulberry tree, you know about this. So these are the main one which are useful for silkworms. So we get the silk from the worms. So and we have red knot of sugarcane is caused by the, should know about this. There is a red knot. This is a disease caused in sugar canes. That is because of calito Calitricum falcrum. So this is the one which gives the tomorrow you may be asked red knot disease is found in which plant. So then you have to write sugarcane. Kala azar is transmitted by sandfly. You should know about CC fly, which is main one for sleeping sickness. Cobra emits venom through fangs. Very important. You have the fangs like this, so directly it hits sideways. Two fangs will be there. Normally teeth we have 32. Lower jaw is the strongest muscle we can see, but that is for the fangs. Dolphins are classified under mammalia group, guys. Frog as well as tortoise are amphibians. When it comes to reptiles, example is snake. So we have something called as female reproductive system, female reproductive hormone. Very important. I just want to tell you. So this female reproductive organ. So female reproductive hormones, estrogen, progesterone, and relaxin. All these three are female reproductive organs only. Next, hormones. It's not organs, hormones. So bare body is found in female stomatic cells. You will find this kind of bare body. Sperms will find in human mans. Next we have function of lysosome, which is lysosome's function is to, it's a suicidal bags of cell, and it also helps in synthesis of protein, guys. The longest cell found in the human body of a human, that is nerve cell, guys. This is the longest cell what we can see. What is the breakbone fever? Here most commonly known as dengue fever, guys, which is also known as dengue fever. That is a breakbone fever. We have something affected related to typhoid for the intestines. Rhinitis is the disease related to nose. I want you guys to comment me yellow fever. When it comes to blood cancer, which is commonly known as leukemia, guys, and you should know about anemia also. It is a condition in which you lack enough healthy red blood corpuscles to carry adequate oxygen to your body's tissue. So here you should know about blood cancer is known as leukemia. So anemia is giving the just definition. So in that case what happens is RBC will not carry oxygen, then you will have the problem. What is BOD? Biological oxygen demand abbreviation, guys. Please remember. So now we have only few questions. Cyanide poisoning, everybody knows that causes death in fraction of seconds. If you put the, normally that cyanide will be putting in what we call in chain. So people take like this and they just take it into their mouth and they just bite it. So it is cyanide poisoning, guys. So that is because of it breaks the electron transport chain. It causes coma followed by cardiac arrest and death, guys. This is what the procedure happens. So it breaks the electron transport chain and then coma, cardiac arrest and death. When it comes to double helix model of DNA is given by Watson and Crick. Very important, guys. A clone is a group of individual obtained through, here we have self-pollination. So which pollen from the same plant arrives at the stigma of a flower or at the ovule. So this is called self-pollination. We have something called as micropropagation. So this is a clone is a group of individual obtained through the micropropagation only. When it comes to hybridization, in this process, two complementary single-stranded DNA or RNA molecules bond together to form a double-stranded molecules, which is known as hybridization. Very important. You may be asked any kind of questions. Don't underestimate ABCD. Whatever options I am giving. When it comes to cross-pollination, in this process of applying pollen from one flower to the pistils to another flower, this happens because of this honeybee or anything, any insect which goes from one flower to another flower. So these are the few important biology related questions which have been asked in various examinations. I have compiled important one to you guys. Don't underestimate them. They are very important, and I want you guys to have a look into playlist where you will find maximum videos. So this is Sandeep Kumar Reddy from
Indian Navy retired. As you can see, my books and my content, have a look into playlist. Better take the books because books saves your time. Otherwise, you will be in trouble. Thank you guys. Have a good day. Have a great life.